Hey peeps, it's Tripl-L, and right now I'm here with a very late South Park video. The South Park episode that aired last week. I will apologize. I actually thought last week was an off week, and just with everything that was going on in the world with the election and all that, and then other things that I was doing on the channel, I totally forgot about this episode and only watched it today. So apologies. But let's get right into it. This South Park episode was the election episode. I always respect these episodes because, well, I'm pretty sure this has only happened twice before maybe. I respect these episodes because I always love seeing how quickly the South Park team can put together this episode with enough references to the winner of the election. Actually, looking at this episode though, I am wondering how rushed this particular episode was, because especially with the beginning part, we just cut to Garrison winning, and I really wonder if that was exactly how they saw things going. I'm very I do wonder just if they had their backup plan in case Trump won, or they had a backup plan in case Hillary Clinton won. And because the election itself was so close, because of the whole issue with the popular vote versus the electoral college votes, it's interesting. But anyway, let's just get right into this episode. Let's talk about the fun stuff of the episode, what I think were the highlights for me, and yeah, let's get into it. So we'll start off with the first really top moment, and that was pretty much the Butter versus Cartman little argument that started off the episode. The reason I'm putting this so high up is because, well, Butter is very entertaining, and him standing up to Eric is also very entertaining. But the reason I particularly like this argument was because I think it showed us a bit more where Eric stands, especially when it comes to Heidi, that Eric very much does like Heidi, and seeing that Butters is calling him out on it and telling him that he's changed and he's different, it's interesting. Now, Butters does say that this is all the girls' fault, that the reason they broke that Eric stuff was because the girls told them to, which I don't recall that. I think the girls pressured the boys, but I think the boys were the ones that ultimately came to the choice to let's just destroy all of Eric's stuff instead of confiscating it. You know, it's just kids arguing, but regardless, I like this moment because, one, Butters is very entertaining to watch when he's mad, and two, Eric shows that he does very much care about Heidi. The next moment I enjoyed was continuation of the Memberberry plot, specifically the spot where Randy gets vomited in the face by Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah, that was good. I like that because I was wondering what was going on with Garrison, and the moment we had that scene happen, it made sense why Garrison seemed like he had just been different, why he was so lackluster. So the Memberberry plot is continuing. We're just seeing that, I guess, Caitlyn Jenner is the one that's causing it, or maybe she's also affected. I really don't know. Regardless, Randy's compromised now, and I'm very much wondering how exactly the Memberberry plot is going to tie into the troll plot. But it'll have to be something it's odd. Anyway, I like this moment just because it continues the plot and it does kind of show what's going on with Garrison. The next moment I very much enjoyed was Gerald's pep talk to Kyle. I don't know, something about the way Gerald just unleashed it. You know, like, Gerald's in a really good mood, and him just ripping into Kyle and telling him, like, Kyle, just act your age, stop overthinking everything, just be cool, man. And it's funny, right? Because at the end of the day, Gerald always talks to Ike about his exploits, and then Kyle comes in, like, Kyle needs help, and Gerald's like, kid, just live life, just be cool. It's just really funny. I found that was legitimately funny. It made me smile. It's just, you know, I like that Gerald's being such a dick, and everything that happens to him, he does deserve it because he's a dick all the way throughout. I respect him for being a dick all the way through, but oh man, that was funny. Anyway, yeah, I very much like that, and I wonder how Kyle's gonna react to it. The next moment I very much enjoyed, continuing up with Gerald, was finding out that Gerald got duped along with all of the other trolls, and it all ended up in a Rickroll. Now, the thing with the Gerald situation is that because of South Park's plot style, right, I legitimately believed it. I really thought, yeah, this is how it's going. It made sense that Hillary Clinton would meet Gerald under the bridge. It would make sense it would be something that ridiculous, because that's South Park, right? South Park always does the ridiculous. So I thought, okay, yeah, I totally believe that. So seeing that it was even a more ridiculous setup, and it was legitimately Gerald getting betrayed, was just a nice surprise. I really didn't think that was coming. And I liked it. And you know, the way they built it up made you feel like, yeah, they're going to do something stupid and just ridiculous. And had they ended it off with Gerald pretty much setting off an EMP inside of Troll Trace, you know, that would have been cool. I would have totally been okay with that. But finding out that no, Gerald's screwed, and also are all the other trolls, was funny. And seeing that Gerald is still maintaining that he isn't one of the trolls is just, he deserves it. He deserves everything he gets. And he still tries to say he's not like them. It's funny. He is like them, but he just has a different modus operandi than the rest of them do. Anyway, the next and last top moment, and this was kind of hard for me to place, or not place, but just like pick which one of the sequence was the highlight. It was pretty much the Butters and Bill Clinton talk. If I were to describe it, it was pretty much Bill Clinton telling Butters to gear up and get ready to kiss a lot of ass. And I liked it. I liked it just because of the way that Bill Clinton was describing Hillary Clinton. It was just funny. And I just want to talk about the sequences before this. There was the inclusion of Bill Cosby along with Bill and his gentleman club, and you know, they are clearly doing something with that. They're clearly like making a reference to some scandals, but I found it kind of humorous, like just the interactions between them. Like if you were to just look at the dialogue, the fact that it's Bill Cosby, you know, had it been another character and just the dialogue happening, you know, it's funny, especially when they're like coaching Stan through apologizing to Wendy. That was funny. But then when it's Bill Cosby, it's like, South Park, you're making me wonder about that gentleman's club. That's odd. Anyway, if you just take the dialogue and strip it of the really, really, really scandalous characters, you know, it's humorous. But when you include the context of the scandalous characters, it's like, I don't know if I should be okay with this. Anyway, that's not the top moment. It's really just the Bill and Butters, and Bill getting to the point that Butters was hurt by his Canadian girlfriend. I actually completely forgot that this might have been a motivation for Butters, that he could have been hurt by this girl that dumped him. And so that's sad. That's really sad. I'm sorry for the noises. There's some stuff going on in the apartment. Anyway, Bill and Butters. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and his wife is pissed. It was just a nice way of ending the episode, or not ending the episode. It was like one of the penultimate scenes, but I just like it. I like it because we're pushing Butters, and Butters is entertaining, and that Bill was really entertaining in that last sequence. So those are my top 5 moments for this episode. We ended the episode with Cartman and Heidi getting to SpaceX, which I think was cool because Tesla at least has been more relevant in the news that I've been reading. So having them in there is pretty cool. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for me. Again, I apologize for the late upload for this episode, but life and bad memory happens. Anyway, guys, let's leave it there. Tell me what you thought of this episode. Tell me if you think this season is going well. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a great day or a great night. Till next time. Or I guess till maybe Thursday or Friday. That's probably when I'll do the next episode if it's coming up this week. Anyway, till then,